Good evening, everyone. I'm Detective Ryan. I've been working in the police force for over 15 years.
And I'm Officer Lila. I've been partnered with Detective Ryan for the past 3 years. We've solved many cases together.
We have. But tonight, we're going to tell you about a case that still gives me chills when I think about it.
What made this case so different?
This case involved a locked room. A room that was locked from the inside. But when we opened it, there was no one inside.
No one? That's impossible. A locked room means someone must be inside.
That's what we thought. But the room was completely empty.
How is that possible?
That's what we had to find out. The case started with a phone call. A call from a very frightened man.
Who was he?
His name was Mr. Henderson. He was a wealthy businessman. He lived in a large mansion on the outskirts of the city.
A mansion? That sounds like a typical mystery setting.
It was. Mr. Henderson called us late at night. He said something terrible had happened. His wife had disappeared.
Disappeared? From a locked room?
Yes. He said she had gone into her study and locked the door. She said she needed some quiet time to work on her writing.
And then what happened?
He said he heard her typing for about an hour. Then everything went silent. He thought she had fallen asleep at her desk.
That seems normal enough.
It did. But when he went to check on her, the door was locked. He knocked, no answer. He called her name, no response.
That must have been concerning.
It was. He tried to open the door. It wouldn't budge. He called out to her again. Still nothing.
What did he do then?
He called the police. We arrived within 20 minutes. We tried the door. It was locked.
Did you break it down?
We had to. We used a battering ram. It took several hits, but the door finally gave way.
And what did you see?
Nothing. The room was empty. There was no sign of Mrs. Henderson. No struggle, no note, nothing.
Nothing? That's impossible.
That's what I thought. We searched the room thoroughly. There was a desk with a laptop, a chair, a bookshelf, a small sofa, and a window.
The window? Was it open?
No, it was closed and locked from the inside, just like the door.
So she couldn't have left through the window?
No, and there was no other exit. No secret doors, no hidden passages.
Frustrated. So she just vanished?
It seemed that way. Mr. Henderson was in shock. He couldn't understand what had happened.
Did he have any idea who might have taken her?
He said no. He said they had a happy marriage. There were no problems, no arguments.
But there had to be something.
That's what we thought. So we started looking into their lives.
What did you find?
We found that Mr. Henderson's business was in financial trouble. He had been losing money for years. He was heavily in debt.
So he had money problems?
Yes. And Mrs. Henderson had a life insurance policy worth millions.
A life insurance policy? So he could have killed her for the money?
That was a possibility. But there was no body, no evidence of murder. And the room was locked from the inside.
So maybe she disappeared on her own?
That was another possibility. Maybe she wanted to escape her life. Maybe she planned it.
Did you find any evidence of that?
We found some clues. Mrs. Henderson had withdrawn a large sum of money from the bank a few days before. She had also bought a plane ticket.
A plane ticket? To where?
To South America, Brazil. She had also packed a small suitcase. It was found hidden in her closet.
Confused. So she planned to leave?
It seemed that way. But why? Why would she leave her husband and her life?
Did you find any other clues?
We found a letter. It was hidden in her desk. It was addressed to her husband.
Eager. What did it say?
It said, "My dearest, I am sorry to leave this way, but I cannot stay. I have been living a lie for too long. Please don't try to find me. I need to start a new life. Goodbye."
Emotional. So she left him?
That's what the letter said, but we had to confirm it.
How did you confirm it?
We tracked her to the airport. She had booked a flight to Brazil. She had checked in, but she never boarded the plane.
She didn't board? So where did she go?
That's the mystery. She vanished from a locked room, and she never showed up at the airport.
Frustrated. So the case was left unsolved?
For a while, but we never stopped investigating.
What happened next?
So we had a locked room, a missing woman, a letter, and a plane ticket that was never used. But we were still missing the most important piece of the puzzle.
Confusing? What piece was that?
Explaining. Where did she go? She never got on the plane. She never came back home. She simply disappeared.
Thinking, so she could have been kidnapped.
That was one theory, but there was no evidence of a struggle, no forced entry, no witnesses.
Frustrated. So what did you do?
We went back to the mansion. We searched the study again. We looked for anything we might have missed.
Confusing? And did you find something?
We found a hidden compartment in the floor. It was under the rug.
A hidden compartment? What was inside?
Inside, there was a passport. It wasn't Mrs. Henderson's passport. It was a different one, a fake one.
A fake passport? So she had planned to leave?
It seemed that way. But the passport was still there. She hadn't taken it with her.
If she planned to leave, why didn't she take the passport?
That was the question. Maybe she had changed her mind. Maybe she had been stopped.
What about Mr. Henderson? Did he know about the passport?
He said he didn't. He looked genuinely surprised.
So maybe she was planning to leave without him knowing.
That's what we thought. But then we found something else.
What?
We found a diary. It was hidden in the same compartment. It belonged to Mrs. Henderson.
What did it say?
It revealed a lot. She wrote about her marriage. She wrote about her unhappiness. She wrote about a man she had met.
Another man? So she was having an affair?
It seemed that way. She wrote that she was planning to leave her husband and start a new life with this man.
Who was the man?
She didn't mention his name. She just called him R. She said he was a writer. He lived in a different city.
So she was going to meet him.
That's what we thought. We started looking for R.
Did you find him?
We found a man named Robert. He was a writer. He lived in a city 300 miles away.
Did he know Mrs. Henderson?
Yes. They had met at a literary conference. They had been corresponding for months.
Did he know about her plan to leave?
He said yes. He said she had told him she was going to leave her husband and come to him.
But she never arrived.
She never did. Robert was worried. He hadn't heard from her in weeks.
So Robert wasn't involved in her disappearance.
He had an alibi. He was at home on the night she disappeared. He had witnesses.
So the trail went cold again.
Yes, but then we received an anonymous letter.
An anonymous letter?
Yes, it was sent to the police station. It said, "Look in the garden, behind the old oak tree."
What was behind the old oak tree?
We dug there. We found a small box. Inside, there was a ring. Mrs. Henderson's wedding ring.
Her wedding ring? Why would she bury it?
That was the question. Maybe she wanted to leave it behind. Maybe she was symbolically ending her marriage.
Or maybe someone else buried it.
That's what we started thinking. Maybe she didn't leave voluntarily. Maybe someone made her leave.
Who would do that?
We looked again at Mr. Henderson. His financial problems were getting worse. He was facing bankruptcy.
So he could have killed her for the insurance money.
It was a possibility, but we had no proof. No body. No murder weapon.
So the trail went cold again.
Yes, but then we received an anonymous letter.
An anonymous letter?
Yes, it was sent to the police station. It said, "Look in the garden, behind the old oak tree."
What was behind the old oak tree?
We dug there. We found a small box. Inside, there was a ring, Mrs. Henderson's wedding ring.
Her wedding ring? Why would she bury it?
That was the question. Maybe she wanted to leave it behind. Maybe she was symbolically ending her marriage.
Or maybe someone else buried it.
That's what we started thinking. Maybe she didn't leave voluntarily. Maybe someone made her leave.
Who would do that?
We looked again at Mr. Henderson. His financial problems were getting worse. He was facing bankruptcy.
So he could have killed her for the insurance money.
It was a possibility, but we had no proof. No body. No murder weapon.
So the trail went cold again.
Yes, but then we received an anonymous letter.
An anonymous letter?
Yes, it was sent to the police station. It said, "Look in the garden, behind the old oak tree."
What was behind the old oak tree?
We dug there. We found a small box. Inside, there was a ring, Mrs. Henderson's wedding ring.
Her wedding ring? Why would she bury it?
That was the question. Maybe she wanted to leave it behind. Maybe she was symbolically ending her marriage.
Or maybe someone else buried it.
That's what we started thinking. Maybe she didn't leave voluntarily. Maybe someone made her leave.
Who would do that?
We looked again at Mr. Henderson. His financial problems were getting worse. He was facing bankruptcy.
So he could have killed her for the insurance money.
It was a possibility, but we had no proof. No body. No murder weapon.
So the trail went cold again.
Yes, but then we received an anonymous letter.
Could you find him?
We went back to the mansion. We searched the study once more. This time we brought forensic experts.
Did they find something?
They found traces of blood, a very small amount, on the corner of the desk.
Shocked. Blood.
So there was a struggle? It seemed that way. But the blood was old. It wasn't fresh.
So it might not be related to her disappearance. It could have been from a paper cut.
Or something else.
So it wasn't enough to prove anything.
No, but it was another piece of the puzzle.
So where did that leave the investigation?
It left us with more questions than answers. But we were getting closer. We could feel it.
So what happened next?
So we had blood, a hidden compartment, a fake passport, and a buried wedding ring. But we still didn't know what happened to Mrs. Henderson.
So what did you do next?
We decided to look more closely at Mr. Henderson. His story wasn't adding up.
What didn't add up?
First, he said he and his wife had a happy marriage. But the diary said otherwise. She was unhappy. She wanted to leave.
So he might have been lying.
Yes. Second, he said he didn't know about the passport, but we found his fingerprints on it.
So his fingerprints? So he had handled it.
Yes. That was a big red flag.
Did you confront him?
We did. We asked him to explain why his fingerprints were on the passport. He said he didn't remember touching it.
So he was hiding something.
That's what we thought. We decided to dig deeper into his background.
What did you find?
We found that Mr. Henderson had a criminal record. It was from many years ago. He had been involved in a fraud case.
Shocked. Fraud? So he was a criminal?
Yes. He had used fake documents to get loans. He had been caught and served time in prison.
So he had a history of deception.
Yes. That made him look even more suspicious.
Did he have a motive to harm his wife?
Yes. The insurance policy and his financial problems. If she died, he would get millions.
So he could have killed her and made it look like she disappeared.
That was our theory, but we still didn't have a body.
Did you search the mansion again?
We did. We searched every room, every closet, every basement. We even searched the garden again.
And did you find anything?
We found a locked cellar door. It was hidden behind a shelf in the kitchen.
A hidden cellar? What was in it?
We broke the lock. Inside, there was a small room. It was cold and damp. There were old boxes and furniture.
Was there anything else?
In the corner, there was a suitcase. It was Mrs. Henderson's suitcase, the one she had packed for her trip.
Her suitcase? So she never left the house.
That's what we thought. She never left. She was still in the mansion.
Where was she then?
We started looking for other hiding places. We found another hidden door in the cellar. It led to a tunnel.
A tunnel? Where did it go?
The tunnel led to an old shed in the garden. The shed was locked from the outside.
What was in the shed?
Inside, there was a mattress. There were chains. There was a cup and plate. It looked like someone had been held there.
Horrified. So Mrs. Henderson was held prisoner?
That's what it looked like. But there was no sign of her. She was gone.
So she had been there, but she wasn't there anymore.
Yes. Someone had moved her.
Who? Mr. Henderson?
He was the most likely suspect, but he denied everything.
Did you find any evidence linking him to the shed?
We found his fingerprints on the lock and on the chains.
So he had been there.
Yes, that was the proof we needed.
Did you arrest him?
We did. We charged him with kidnapping and murder.
But you didn't have a body.
We didn't. But we had enough evidence to hold him.
What happened next?
Mr. Henderson hired a very good lawyer. He denied everything. He claimed he was being framed.
Did you believe him?
No. But we needed to find Mrs. Henderson.
How did you find her?
We tracked down her phone records. Her phone had been turned off on the night she disappeared, but we found a last location ping.
Eager. Where was it?
It was near a small town, about 50 miles away. We searched the area.
And what did you find?
We found a small house. It was hidden in the woods. Inside, we found Mrs. Henderson.
Relieved. She was alive?
Yes, she was alive. She was weak and frightened, but she was alive.
Did she say what happened?
She said her husband had drugged her. He had taken her to the cellar. He had held her prisoner for weeks.
Horrified. Weeks? That's terrible.
It was. She said he had planned it all. He wanted the insurance money.
How did she escape?
She said she managed to break free. She ran through the tunnel. She found the house and hid there.
Impressed. So she saved herself.
Yes, she was a fighter.
What happened to Mr. Henderson?
He was convicted. He's serving a long prison sentence.
And Mrs. Henderson?
She is doing well. She's rebuilding her life. She has a new identity and a new start.
So the case of the locked room was finally solved.
Yes. It took time and effort, but we found the truth.
What's the lesson from this story?
The lesson is to never give up. Even when things seem impossible, keep searching.
And the truth will always come out.
Yes. It may take time, but it will come out.
Thank you for sharing this case with us, Detective Rayon.
Thank you for listening.